Why apologizing now? Why? Your apology is not accepted until you people come to Africa and tell my people that the Bible, you people created it, is not from God. Jesus Christ, you people created it, is not from God. You understand me? You people should come to Africa and tell my people and remove all these things from Africa. You are apologizing and that you are sorry that church take part in the Atlantic slave trade. No, apology is not accepted until you people come to Africa to tell my people the truth that Jesus Christ was created by you, not from God. Bible was also created by you people, not from God. When I come Africa, come tell us. You understand me? Will your apology bring back our ancestors, which you people killed? Will your apology bring back everything you people destroy in Africa? You understand? See, you people need to come to Africa first. Tell our people the truth that Jesus Christ was created by you people, not from God. The Bible was also created by you people, not from God. All those things you people created it to enslave Africa. Come and tell my people that first. You will be.
Welcome back to my channel, and this is what is happening on this video. Pope Leo have apologized for slavery, but black people are not ready to accept the apology. And let's watch this video and see what is going on.
Pope Leo just apologized for the Vatican's role in slavery on this black-ass holiday. That's right, Decoration Day, the day that white Americans took, reclaimed, whitewashed, and made into a mattress sale with cookouts. Most of y'all woke up this morning not realizing that today exists because of black Americans. Yeah, y'all ain't know black Americans started this holiday. It was newly freed black Americans who found a mass grave of Union soldiers, the same soldiers who had just fought for our rights to be free and seen as human. So they took those soldiers, dug them up from this mass grave, gave them each a burial, honored them, gave them a cemetery and a ceremony where black children sang and black leaders spoke. And every year after that, black leaders would speak on how to stop the rise of the Confederacy again, celebrating those fallen Union soldiers who fought for our rights to be free. And Pope Leo chose today, this black-ass holiday, to apologize for the Vatican's role in slavery. And I know what you're about to say, but other popes have apologized before. Stop, because no, they apologized for Christians being involved. And that's easy, but what Pope Leo did was he apologized for the role that specifically the popes played themselves. The role that they had in giving European kings explicit authority to subjugate and enslave people that they called infidels. No pope has ever apologized for that before, let alone acknowledge it. And y'all remember, Pope Leo, he one of us. Because I need y'all to understand, Pope Leo is the first American-born pope who carries blood from both the enslaved and the enslavers. He has blood from both sides of the wound, bitch. One historian put it this way, and I want this in y'all's mouth the next time somebody tries to tell you that the church was innocent. They said this, and I quote, "The Catholic Church has never been an innocent bystander in the history of white supremacy. Black Catholics have waited a long time to hear the Vatican speak honestly about the church's role in the transatlantic slave trade, and by extension, the enduring systems of anti-black racism in the world today." Now, yes, this apology is historic, but please, let's remember that an apology without action is just a press release with a cross. So the question is what happens next? Reparations? Land acknowledgement? Material accountability? Or just a Latin title and a press conference tour? Either way, y'all, happy Decoration Day.
History has just been made at the Vatican because for the first time ever, a Catholic Pope, a sitting Catholic Pope, Pope Leo, has just apologized publicly for the Catholic Church's own role in legitimizing slavery. This is serious. According to the Associated Press, Pope Leo issued a historic apology today, admitting that past popes in the Holy See helped legitimize slavery for centuries. The apology came from his very first encyclical, called Magnificat Humanitas. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But this is where he described the Vatican's history on slavery, calling it a wound in Christian memory. And this is why people are calling this historic, including myself. Previous popes now have apologized for Christians' participation in the transatlantic slave trade. but no pope ever has directly acknowledged or apologized for the Vatican itself giving European powers authority basically to conquer and enslave non-Christians. The article points to 15th century article decrees that authorized Portuguese rulers to invade lands in Africa and the Americas to reduce people to perpetual slavery. One decree from 1452, literally called Dum Diversas, reportedly gave permission to invade, conquer, fight, and subjugate non-Christians. Another decree later helped form what is known now today as the Doctrine of Discovery, which was used to justify colonial land seizures. Pope Leo said it took 18 centuries to fully recognize slavery as incompatible with human dignity. He also warned that modern technology and AI could create new forms of slavery and exploitation, especially forced labor tied to mining critical minerals for AI chips. And another important detail, Pope Leo is the first US-born pope in history, and genealogical research found that even some of Pope's ancestors from America were Black, while his own family tree included both enslaved people and slaveholders. Pope Leo ended his apology by saying the church must help end all forms of trafficking and exploitation, quoting, "If we want to avoid the need to ask for a pardon again in the future."
The Pope, Leo, issued his first encyclical and used it to make a historic apology for the Holy See's role in legitimizing slavery, calling the Vatican's record a wound in Christian memory. Past popes have apologized for Christians' involvement in the transatlantic trade. No pope had ever acknowledged the role past popes played in giving European sovereignty explicit authority to enslave infidels. Leo did the specific thing his predecessors refused to do. The bulls have still not been rescinded, but credit where it's due. That said, the structure is what we are still dismantling. And you know what? The dismantling is the work.
Your apology will not be accepted until you people come to Africa to tell Africans that you created this Bible God. Yes, your apology cannot be accepted until you people come to Africa to tell the whole Africans that you created fake Jesus. Yes, your apology cannot be accepted until you people come to Africa to confess to African child that religion is a scam, that you people purposely created that religion to deceive Africa. Yes, your apology cannot be accepted. You people enslave our own forefathers for more than 400 years. These are men that did nothing to you guys. You came to Africa without visa. Our forefathers were living their life peacefully. You people came, you brought a fake Christianity to Africa and asked our forefathers to ignore the religion they were born into. Now you are asking us for forgiveness. If we forgive you now, will that forgiveness bring our forefathers back? Will that your forgiveness bring our forefathers back? No, these are innocent forefathers that did nothing to you guys. You came to Africa without visa. You guys enslaved our own innocent forefathers for more than 400 years. Hey!
Pope Leo has apologized for the Vatican's role in slavery. He mentioned this in his first encyclical as a pope, and he likened the use of artificial intelligence as a new form of slavery, warning about the harmful effects of AI. Now, while some people applauded him for his accountability, others have addressed certain behaviors of priests in the church. And now people are asking, should the church offer reparations? What do you think about this?
I got a lot to say, so y'all bear with me, right? So, I know y'all done heard about Louisiana and the new laws that they have starting this year regarding homelessness and how they're going to be putting homeless people who are unable to pay their initial fines, they're going to be putting them in prison and making them do slave work. Now, with regards to slavery, the Pope just apologized. The new Pope, he just apologized for the Vatican's role in slavery. Okay, we have laws being put in place in America at the same time that is going to turn homeless people into slaves. And we all know the prison system, they make money off every person that is in there. So now it seems as if they are intentionally trying to fill up the prison system with people who they see as not profitable for society. The audacity of these people, right? Hold on, there's more. These are the same people that if you ask them, they're Christians. If you ask them, they're Catholics. They're religious folk. They believe in God. Same people. Same people that would actually use the Bible to try to justify the same slavery. The same slavery that we have been through and have not been, have any retribution at all. Why simultaneously Trump signs a $1.776 billion fund for insurrectionists? You know what, man? I don't even know. I don't even know what to say, bro.
Last Monday, I woke up to this piece of news all over the internet, and I deliberately decided to be quiet just because I wanted to watch and see how Africans will react to this news. Yes, it is official. The Pope has finally apologized for the church's role in legitimizing slavery. This is exactly what we have been saying here every day. We have been shouting to the hearing of Africans that you cannot trust Christianity because Christianity is the very tool that was used to enslave your ancestors. Until now, the Pope himself has made it official by asking an apology. But is this all it takes? Is this enough? A simple apology in a document that was not even initially aimed at apologizing. He just mentioned it in passing in a document that was communicating something else. And we feel that one-line apology is enough to erase 400 years of suffering, 400 years of torture. Over 40 million Africans were unalived during the transatlantic slavery. And we think a simple one-line apology is enough to heal the wounds, to wipe away the memory. Africans, I am asking you again, why are you a Christian? I was expecting that this mere statement will bring an uproar amongst Africans. We'll finally begin to see Christianity for what it is. But I see Africans are sweeping it under the table. They are behaving like, okay, it's fine. The Pope has apologized. He is a good man. What else can we do? And this is the end of the conversation. Are you kidding me, Africans? What else is it going to take for you to see? This Pope's apology should not be the end of the conversation. As a matter of fact, it should be the beginning of the real conversation. This is the point where you need to start asking yourself, if the church itself is the very institution that legalized or legitimized the enslavement of our ancestors, what is the quality of the truth that was handed to us? You should begin to open your brains and see finally that empires are not stupid. You have never seen in the world where an empire will hand over tools to their oppressed that will make them dangerous. If the slave masters and the colonizers knew that Christianity has the ability to make you truly powerful and dangerous, they would never hand it over to you.
Hello guys, as usual, I want you to share this video as early as possible. I have 3 solid questions for Pope Leo, who came out historically, apologized to black people for enslaving black people. My question number 1 is, Mr. Pope, Pope Leo, the Papa of Christianity, the father of Christianity. My question is, when you people were coming to Africa to enslave black people, you came with the Bible. Yes, we know you came with the Bible. Now, I am asking you, do you people read the Bible before reading the Bible to black people? Did you people study the Bible before reading the Bible to black people? Because after we read the Bible, thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not kill, love your enemies. You see, all these things are in the Bible. So my question is, do you people know all this in the Bible, yet you still enslave black people, or you never studied the Bible before bringing it to Africans? One. Question number 2 is, Christianity came to Africa, introduced the Christian God to Africans. Pope Leo, please come out and answer this question for entire Africans and the entire whole world. When you step to Africa, did you see them? They have God already, or they were living life without God? When you came to Africa to enslave black people, you brought Christianity. When you step here, did you meet Africans without God, or you met them with God? Number 3, my question is the Christian God the creator of black people, or the Christian God discovered black people? Pope Leo, the God you brought from Europe to Africa, the God you show to Africans, is that God the creator of black people, or that God discover black people? Question number 3 is, Pope Leo, are you very sure if we the black, imagine if we the black enslave the white, will you people accept our apology? Imagine it is the black who enslaved the white. Will you people accept our apology? Share this video to Pope Leo. Tag him to come and answer this question for entire Africans. Thank you very much.
We need to go to court.
We need to go to court.
The Pope just apologized for the role the Christian church played in the slave trade. I have so many thoughts. First of all, the church didn't play a role. It was the chief approver. In the 15th century, Pope Nicholas V issued a Papa Bulls that granted European powers the explicit authority to reduce non-Christians to perpetual slavery. This is the foundation of the doctrine of discovery. The church made money off of slavery. I contend that before the priests were interfering with white kids, enslaved Africans were the first victims. In 1985, Pope John Paul II apologized for the involvement of individual Christians in the slave trade. On behalf of the Roman Catholic Church, he did not take ownership of the origins of the slave trade. Because of this apology, I expect a lot of pick-me's to clap like seals. That won't be me until we see a check. So I've been around the world, but the first thing I thought about is Brazil. I visited some of the oldest churches in Brazil. They were built on stolen land, and they were built by slave labor. The benefits of all of that still rolls into the church. They owe us reparations. They owe us retribution. I will never be comfortable with an institution that took 300 years to apologize for one of the greatest crimes in humanity. Pay up, Pope Leo.
Catholic Bishop Pope Leo apologized for Catholic involvement in transatlantic slave trade, or whatever they call it. See, Africans, I know you guys will be on your prayer point. Thank God, blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah. What is the apology gonna do? That is my honor. What is the apology we do for Africa? If when he apologized, why is he not demanding that everything they stole? Demand repatriation. Demand better way of treating African countries. Because you can talk about the apology. I apologize to you. We'll give a damn about your apology. What is the apology gonna do? See, we have to be nailing our issue in the head, Africans. Because the more you are doing like this, we're gonna be in the same situation over and over. Go and look at the other country. When you demand apology, they sue you at the same times. So I want to ask, what is the joyfulness of this apology, though? That is my own. Because you Africans, I know you're gonna be happy about this update. What is there to be happy about when this apology don't move Africa an inch from where it's at 10 years ago? And it have everything to do with you as an African. Accountability. Patriotism to your continent. Showing that what happened before should never happen again. How are you making sure that it's not going to happen? Because we are seeing everywhere. The slave dungeon in Africa. You Africans, the leader in Africa, they say charging people to go inside. In Africa, you are still charging people, and what are you doing with the money that you are taking from the visitors? And these people, the abroad folk, the black Americans or black country, the black people that come to Africa, you say charging them to go in the dungeon. See, that's why I'm saying, within you yourself in Africa, if you don't take it as if there is something to be learned from it, how to prevent in future, this apology is what you're gonna keep getting without anything to show for it, without holding anybody accountable. Because what is the apology gonna do? Africans, let's start putting Africa first, because Africa is the only thing we got.
Nigerians, Africans, Christians, listen to this. Pope Leo makes a historic apology for Vatican's role in legitimizing slavery. Do you know what that means? Slavery lasted for 400 years, 4 centuries of stealing over 60 million Africans from their land. And guess what? Out of that 60 million, 48 million died before they get to their destination, which were done intentionally because they claimed insurance on them. And the remaining 12 who made it went to hell. The type of dehumanization that no human being that you can never imagine, that's what they went through. Let me explain. Some were killed, some was raped, some were used for scientific experiment, some children were fed to the alligator. I mean, I can go on and on and on. The level and depth of horrific crime committed, and these people have done nothing wrong. Unjustified crime and atrocity that was perpetrated, and the only thing they offer is apology. Let me explain. The Jewish Holocaust, that they exaggerated their numbers to 6 million, was not even up to 500,000. And guess what? You paid repatriation to the Jews, and America is still paying up to now. Who is paying for Africa?
It is very surprising to see how times are changing right now. But again, we have to ask this serious question. Why is the Pope Leo, this 2026, is apologizing for Catholic Church for the involvement they made during the slave trade of Africans? They brought the Bible to Africa. I mean, they twisted the Bible. They edited the Bible, where they changed the authors, where they changed the names of the kingdoms, where they changed the maps, where they changed everything. We know for sure that everything about that Bible, it was all about a black man, the reign, the power of a black man. If you have somebody who have read all the books that were written by King Solomon, the books that were written by King David, including Abraham himself, you'll find out that these people, they were actually black people. But when they got all our religious books in all our largest libraries in Africa, during the slave trade, during the colonialism, they went there, edited everything. Remember that these people, when they came to Africa, they first targeted those Africans which were highly advanced in terms of education. They destroyed all those great kingdoms that were more influential in the globe before they came for the small countries. Now, the same people, after they have taken everything in Africa, they went there to edit everything. And they even used our own books, our own knowledge to enslave us. And right now, they are coming to apologize to all the Africans that what they did, it was wrong. Why now? What has happened, or what is he seeing coming ahead? It is a very serious question that we really don't need to ignore. We need these answers. First of all, it was France that came out to apologize to Africans. And later, the case went to the UN, and they apologized. Some of them, they apologized to Africans. At the same time, right now, the Pope of the Catholic Church, he is seriously apologizing for the involvement of church in the slave trade of Africa. It is very crazy, my people, but again, we have to ask, what have they seen coming that we don't know? That this is now everybody is letting all their ego, is letting everything that stopped them apologize to Africans all that long time when our ancestors were killed, when our ancestors were being persecuted. This 2026 is when they come out to apologize. Let's ask this serious question. Why are they apologizing now? My people, drop opinion in the comment section what you think about this. We move.
White people abolished segregation and slavery, and they fought and died to free the slaves. To free the slaves from who? Who'd they have to free the slaves from? I blame the education system for this. You know, I also real quick. You will never fucking guess what video this is on. You guys realize that your average black person has a living relative who remembers segregation. My only living grandparent was in her 20s when segregation ended. Like those sit-ins and those protests and those boycotts weren't full of white faces. Yeah, man, I was stabbing you in the fucking back, but then I stopped the guy who was stabbing you in the fucking back, and I think I deserve credit for that. I deserve a little praise for that. I don't know how I got on the wrong side of TikTok. I don't know how that happened. Fix my phone. Fix my phone. Fix my phone.
Slaves suffered more than Jesus. Yeah, that's a video that's been circling across the media for the past couple of days and Easter weekend. That has truly been infuriating my spirit. And I think it's my turn to put my little 2 cents on this as well. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I'm reading the comments on these videos and I'm seeing a lot of people agreeing as well as being easily deceived and influenced. In the Bible, it clearly states that if you do not have the Spirit of God, you do not understand spiritual things, nor are you going to understand God or know God if you do not have a Spirit. Now, a lot of people that are agreeing to the videos that are saying that slaves suffered more than Jesus and that Jesus allowed suffering and that because he allowed suffering, he's not a good God, simply do not know the Father, nor does the Father know them, nor do they know the Bible and his word. Now, the first thing that I want to emphasize on, the main key thing here, is that Jesus' suffering is something spiritual. Yes, it was about the physical, but there was a more spiritual aspect to it. It wasn't just the beatings, it wasn't just the mockings, it wasn't just being spat on and being blasphemed at, and they were just telling him things. It was never just about that. It was the fact, the mere fact and biblical evidence that he took the world's sin on himself, which is something that no human cannot fathom into even doing, cannot fathom even into surviving. The whole point of Jesus' suffering was never just for suffering's sake, if you want to be comparing it to slaves. His suffering was for the sake of having perseverance in showing us that he loves us, to open a gateway for us to communicate to him and the Father, furthermore opening up freedom for us and salvation. All doing it for the sake of love, so that we can be freed from our guilt, shame, suffering, and any sort of sin. Just separate us from going to hell, to separate us from sin condemning our lives. That is the entire point of his suffering and his sacrifice. So comparing him to slavery, suffering, is very ignorant, it's very arrogant, it's very unrighteous. And it clearly shows that you lack spiritual understanding and spiritual wisdom. Because for a person to even begin to be comparing something like that clearly shows me and clearly shows the rest of us that you lack biblical sense. You lack biblical knowledge and understanding. And then for everybody else that is agreeing to this phrase is missing the entire point of Jesus' sacrifice. It was never about how much hits he got. It was never about how much lashes he got. It was never about how much times he fell down with the cross. It was about the fact that he persevered through the suffering for the sake of you. So that you can be freed. So that you can find peace. So that you can have salvation. So that you don't have to be ashamed and guilty of your past. It truly irks me to be seeing people mocking my father when he has done so much for me and for others. When he has freed me from so many things, for you to be literally disrespecting him. It truly